Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anna Satirovska, and I'm Partner Engagement Manager at KnowledgePoint. Together, we will talk about the importance of BIM and BIM implementation across Africa. And I'm here with Ruchika. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, Anna. Hello, everyone. My name is Ruchika Gajjar. I'm an architect, a BIM manager, and also a director of HiCAD Africa Limited. We are Autodesk partners. We are the authorized training center in Kenya and largely in East Africa, doing the number of trainings, supplying the software, doing the number of trainings, and doing the consultancy on BIM. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruchika, for your introduction. I'll start with the first question, and that is women remain underrepresented in Kenya's construction sector. Why is addressing this imbalance important for the industry?
Think it is the very important because what happened, it's a male dominating field. If we see the eco sector, it's a male dominating field. It has been for a number of years, but bringing the women and to these high value construction jobs significantly contributes to women's economic empowerment. It's equality shows a positive correlation between gender diversity. And as we all know, the imbalance we are the one created. We cannot say the girls or women are not technically equipped or they cannot learn the technology. So it's just the mindset we had, and it's the time to change that. And that is how we will get rid of this imbalance in the construction industry.
I totally agree. Thank you for sharing that. What barriers exist for young women entering the AC sector, and how does Build for Skills aim to address them?
I would start one gender stereotype. What we talked before is, our culture. It has been said that it's a hard labor job being in construction industry, and it was very much when the parents think about the boys should go for engineering, robotics, and these kind of field, and whereas the girls would go for secretarial jobs or the accounts or the admin jobs. It was the mindset. I think there were reasons to it. Was they wanted a very the work-life balance could be one factor, that if the girls go to construction sites, and how will they manage work-life balance, because end of the day we are nurturer of the families, and we need to balance that. And I feel that one major factor is that the mindset, because we always thought this is for men, this is for women. Like today's men cook, right? The same way we can also do what men were doing. So I think that one factor, and I would say lack of mentorship and mentoring a lot. We noticed here, as I was visiting the number of Tibet colleges under Build for Skills, we noticed that. The girls in high schools and the girls, when they choose the subjects, they were not guided correctly in the primary and their secondary education. They were not guided that you can also take these subjects. This subject will take you, you need physics or you need maths to go for engineering or for architecture, for these fields. So I think the mentoring is and lack of networking to the women in that sector, that I can give that. Discrimination and unequal opportunities that have always been there, and I think we being women also play a big role in that. I think we are the ones now should bring the equality and to the young girls and students, or these ladies now, to guide them and mentor them. I would say that. And I think also the parents concern were when they choose, earlier how parents were choosing for them, not really the girls. So I think they were choosing because of the inadequate on-site facilities, safety concerns. There are a lot of harassment cases happen. There are not many facilities for girls and women on the construction sites, and the traveling is there. The projects can be anywhere around the country. So I think those were the concerns of parents, and the girls did not get that opportunity from the school or from the parents, that or we did not create that space for them. So it was our duty to create that space, the safe space for them, where they are equal and we have the same facilities for the men on the construction sites, and of course having the policies at place in terms of sexual harassment or the bullying or all these, and even the security. So I think that one. And with build for skills, right? You were asking me, how does build for skill aim to address them? So what we did is, in this under build for skills, just a small story to say how did it begin. I'm an architect, and being in digital space, or I left my practice and started HiCAD and did my master's in BIM. So what we did is, when I was visiting these colleges, uh, not even that, before then, the I met one, in one of the networking event. I met the representative of GIZ, right, German corporation, and I was telling her that I am very much into the girls, that how do we mentor them, or how do we bring the girls into this sector. And being in digital technology space, because we are the training partners, I'm more into the digital technology space. What I can do for them is, the girls, whatever the challenges, even if they are the new moms, even if the small baby they are taking care of, the work life balancing, we can sort through the digital technology now. They don't need to be everywhere. That's fine. We give the hard work to men, which is perfectly fine. But what we can do, we don't need to leave our space. We don't need to leave the AEC sector, because we cannot work life balance. So why not to give them or equip the girls with the digital space or digital technology? We teach them as the men are taking care of the site and doing the hard work or heavy work. Why not the girls behind the scenes sitting in the digital space wherever they are? They can be at home, they can be taking care of their small babies or taking care of other things, and they can still work. And so why not to do that? And they were impressed with that. So we did this project, Build for Skills, under GIZ. They told us, we did the pilot project basically. They told us to take 20 girls from three different Tibet institutes in Kenya, and we went to these three institutes. We interviewed the different department, building technology, civil engineering, mechanical, electrical. So we quantity surveying. So we interviewed the girls, we saw their interest, understanding what they are doing now, and we picked 20 girls altogether from these three institutes, and we trained them on, they were learning AutoCAD in their college, but very basic, as you will hear from one of the girl in another. They'll be here in a short while. So what we will do is, what we did is, we trained them for 2 months. It was 8 weeks training for them at our training center. So building technology girls, they learned Revit architecture. The civil learns the civil 3D. Then the mechanical, electrical, they were learning the Revit. Some of them went for inventor trainings and all that. So we trained them as per their backgrounds. So they did extensive training of 2 months at our office. And after that, we sent them for 1 month attachment program to the different industries, different industry players, architectural firms, consulting engineering firms, different corporations. So they did that. So I think, one, we gave them exposure. I think one is that they didn't even know that anything like that, because they were doing basic AutoCAD, and they thought that mechanical engineer mean I will go to the industry, some manufacturing industry, I will become just the worker of handling those machine or managing that. So those were the things. So they didn't know. So we gave them the idea, and I could explain how the building also required the mechanical engineering, HVAC facilities, and electricals and all that. So they understood that there's a bigger scope, and as girls, they don't need to shy away from this. And fine, we have responsibilities and we are happy doing that, but we need to balance, and that's why the digital space is there now. So why not? So I think it gave them that kind of confidence in themselves, that what will happen. They always had that fear, that what will happen once we finish here. Will we go to construction site, or will we work in the manufacturing industry? Some, even in college, even in their schools, some of them were body shamed. Some of them said, oh, how can you do the engineering? You're a girl. Things like that. So they gave confidence. Then, because us HiCAD, we being in industry for 13 years now, and me myself 20 plus years in AEC field, uh, I think by we knew what industry requires and what are they lacking in the college. So what they are learning and what market needs, since we have a lot of private entities we work with, we realized that's a gap. And we had to cover that gap, and we had that tool how we could do that. So we made these girls the market ready, right? And we gave them this training, they work on attachment programs. I think, and they did the brilliant job. I would be saying that once we are done with that, I'm so proud of all of them that they did so well. And so automatically we can see equality, or you can see the confidence, all these things just happened. So that is how the build for skill helped us.
I must say this is so impressive, and thank you for sharing this. Such a great initiative from your end. So moving on, kind of on the same topic, what would you say were the outcomes and impact that you have seen for participants in terms of career opportunities, confidence, which you kind of already mentioned, and industry readiness?
As I mentioned, they were like sheep when I went to interview them. Many of them sitting and they have no idea what I'm talking about, and they're shy and all that. They didn't know what language I'm using when I'm talking about Revit. I'm talking about Navisworks. When I'm talking about the collaboration of different stakeholders or projects, they did not get it, and I could sense that in them. They had never heard of something like that. And but once they finished the course and when they went for attachment, after that the girls came back, and that was a big difference in them. So I think in terms of, and also they understood it very well that uh, there was a gap. There is still a gap between the education system and what market requires. So they understood it very well. And I think they are doing so well. So, in terms of career opportunities, confidence, and industry readiness, uh, I think all cleared. I will give all green ticks to that. And I have Marian Bogutsa and Purity Buru with me. And yes, they will be able to speak more about it.
Let's check the videos.
Yes.
Okay, looking forward, how can initiatives like Build for Skills continue to transform the workforce and support women in AEC across Kenya?
And what I would say is we need the programs like Build for Skills. We are talking to GIZ and a number of other foundations as well on it. What we need is some support and definitely the funds. And it would not have been possible without GIZ, I must say. The reason being is these Tibet students, it's difficult for them to even pay for their school fees, what their colleges they are paying. And to having these short courses, and they cannot afford it. And there are times when they were on attach some of them were on attachment programs, and even for them to from their place to go to their workplace, the fare was difficult, and we helped doing that as well. That so we can understand, but this is how it is. They need it, market needs it. If the college would not do that, if the market will not do that, somebody has to do that. And we are gladly happy as HiCAD to share the knowledge. We have got expertise. We have been in the market. We have the certified instructors, we have all the facilities here, the experience, and we are ready to do that. But we need more projects like Build for Skills. Now think about, there are there are more than 100,000 Tibet institutes in Kenya, and I would not say 50% are girls. I can imagine what we touched, 20 at the peanuts, it's a big, we want to reach out to many girls or students, I would say, if not girls only, because the education is for all. We don't want to do that. We don't want to create the imbalance, what the men did for us, right? We also would like to train men or boys in it. So definitely it's much needed, and we would like more programs like Build for Skills and number of foundations to support us us for this course. It's much needed in the market.
On this note, what recommendations would you give to industry stakeholders in Kenya to strengthen diversity and build careers in the AEC sector?
In that one, and I have already started scratching a bit the ground on it, because now my question comes in that fine, I'll talk to the colleges and we will work on this training programs and short courses. Then how will happen? Um, who is consuming them? Fine, they are ready for the market, but then where are they going? Like, there have to be opportunities for them equally. So I would definitely like, as you said, the industry stakeholders, I would definitely like to partner with associations, different association, engineering associations, architecture associations, the registration bodies, and contractors associations, authorities would like to set something that, okay, these short courses are needed even up to the clerk of works level in the construction sector. And these courses they need to be digitally equipped. And after that, once we have trained them, these associations help us or guide their members, because all the industry, all the architectural firms, everybody is the member of these associations. Now they are the ones will consume these students. So somehow the education and the market has to connect now. We need to cover that gap, that, okay, we worked on this. Fine, they were not well equipped. We have done our part. We have done our bit. We have trained them, we certified they are job ready, they are market ready, what you require, and then the market should be able to consume them. So definitely we would like all the associations, authorities to help us with that, as well as we work with the education sector.
Thank you, Ruchika. And one last question. So, what comes next for programs like Build for Skills, or how would you see it in the future?
Okay. At this moment, we really don't have any other program like Build for Skills, but we are much ready for it, and we are talking to a number of foundations and even the TVET colleges to help us, work on that. So I would. It's very difficult for me to say the next steps. I have so much in my head what we want to do, but we definitely need the support from the Kenya government side, especially the education side, whether it's a TVET or it's the higher education sector, and on the other side for the private and the government parastatals and the associations. Yeah.
Thank you, Ruchika. This whole initiative and everything that we've talked about, it's really amazing, and I'm really glad that you were part of it and created basically this and saw some amazing results. Do you have any message for all the young women and girls out there who are maybe struggling into entering this field?
Yes. So what I would say, and is I think they are very lucky that in today's time you have so much exposure digitally, right? You can go to YouTube, you can learn a lot, you can see what's happening around the world. You don't need to feel we are in Africa, or you don't need to feel that we are in the smallest part somewhere in the tiny village here, or you are just going to your college for the sake. There is so much exposure today in today's time. So first of all, the exposure. Come to that, ask questions, network. If you see somebody on YouTube, I would love to listen to or contact that person and get to know more, right? So have that curiosity, and yes, forget about all that who created imbalance or who had that mindset, the girls can do this and girls. No, as I said, if men are cooking now, then girls can also do what men were doing. So there's nothing we can say that we have to fit in boxes for girls and boys. Those days are gone. And I think girls, I'm proud of these 20 girls. They are doing brilliantly. And yeah, what more? These are the voice here. And I suggest to other young girls who were not part of Build for Skills, if you see this video, connect to those girls. they were your peers at time, and they were your maybe seniors if you are still in school or college. Ask them, how did you do it? How do we connect to something like that? So I think first the curiosity in them, and a little encouragement from their teachers or parents and their peers and seniors. I think if those two are the basic is there, rest the girls can achieve.
Of course, the sky is the limit.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ruchika. Always a pleasure talking to you, and see you in some next initiative.
Yes, thank you very much, Anna, for this.
Bye.
Bye. Gajjar from HiCAD Africa Limited. I'm the director of HiCAD Africa. So here with me today, we have two lovely ladies, the young ladies here, Marian Wagutsa and Purity Mburu. And they were part of Build for Skills project under GIZ for us. And it will be very good to discuss with them their experiences. That's why we are here today. So, Marian and Purity, welcome both of you. Yeah, we are meeting after a very long time, and I hope we had a very successful training, 2 months training and a month of attachment program for Build for Skills program, right? Okay, so the few questions which I have for you, the impact in terms of career, opportunities, confidence, and industry readiness. What did you feel after finishing that training? How was your experience? How it was before, what you learned from your uni or college TVET institutes, and what happened after that? So, whoever would like to start.
When it comes to career opportunities, you helped us broaden our minds and our expectations from what we expected after school. Mainly, we were focused on industry, factory based, because we didn't know there's a tech aspect in our careers before. But thanks to the program, we were able to broaden our minds, we got our minds more open, we got the experience, and most of us currently are actually in the tech aspects.
Good to hear. We forgot to mention Marian is a mechanical engineer. She did her mechanical engineering diploma from one of the TVET Institute. So that's why she's talking about the industry that they always had in mind being mechanical engineer. What they can only do is go to the industries, our manufacturing industries to work. Yes, Purity.
Okay, on my side also, career-wise, I would say I had not expected the way it turned out. Like always, by 3 years training in my college, I was trained on practical, the whole time practical industry. So my mind was on practical, and then I came to the training, the program, where my career now turns another turn, where now, right now, I'm doing electrical in a different field. Like it's not field, it's not technical, but it's the same career. I've not changed.
You are still working as an electrical engineer because you are designing in the on digital technology, which is AutoCAD at the moment. You are working on AutoCAD and Revit. Right. Good to hear that. And in terms of your confidence, girls, what impact did it leave after the training and your attachment program? Now you worked in the market, yeah, in some of the industries, some of the companies, consulting engineering firms. How was the experience on that, and did it bring any confidence in?
Yeah, it brought a big confidence change because back then, because we were fixated in mostly the factory part, you got to find that it's a male dominated field. And then as a lady in that field, it's tricky because you get like, you can either be shamed, you can be shamed because you're a woman, basically because you're a woman purely. And once we got into this tech aspect, it's very easy. It's fun.
Yeah.
We get to explore every day. We get to learn. It has brought a lot of confidence. Basically.
For me, confidence, right? I would say it has really done well. Like I can proudly say I have done electrical engineering without fearing the next question. Like you, that question everywhere. You, electrical,
Sure.
are you sure about that? How are you going to do it?
So it means we still have that taboo in our
Yeah.
society that engineering is not meant for girls.
Yeah.
Even at the college level, was it like that?
Yes.
Someone will ask you, are you sure you want to take this course? You don't take a secretarial person.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Right now I'm working and I'm saying like I do electrical engineering and they're like, where, how? Because they don't have that broadness in themselves, like they have not been taught, they have not been exposed to the tech industry. And when you tell them I'm doing electrical now, but behind the scenes, like I sit and I do it, and they're like, oh, really? They don't. Right now, I can say my confidence is 100. Like,
Well done. Well done to both of you. Good to hear that. So it also, I think, because both of you are still not left your place, you're still working as a mechanical engineer, you are electrical engineer, and you both have taken the digital technology space. You both are working on the CAD programs, right? On the designing and now executing the projects. Well done to both of you for that. Now, industry readiness. Now the question comes is, do you think having that training had any impact? Like, are you guys, before you joined for this course, how ready you were and how ready you are, right? Does it make you market ready, this kind of courses or trainings, what we did for Build for Skills?
yes, I can say yes, it makes sense, market ready. Because in TVETs, they are specifically in like they have a specific manner of doing things. Curriculum wise, everything is in a specific manner. But once we came for this training, we got to learn different things. We got to, oh, there's a tech class in my industry. I never knew that. I only did AutoCAD because it was part of the course, but not because I knew I can do it for a living. So yeah.
for me, I would say yes, a big yes. Also, because when coming out from college, I didn't know, I was so confused. Now, what am I going to do? Everyone is telling me you can't do this, you can't do this. And now I came to this program, and when I came out there, I knew I can do it. I can do it because I was so ready, plus the attachment that was attached to the training. I went out there, and now I found what I have done in class, in the training. I found it out there. So, yes,
Okay. So you think even I would like to, because you are the voice now, and we did this program, and I would like to reach out to the more girls now. And the question thing is, you think there was always a gap between what you guys have been studying in your colleges and what the market requires? Because now you have seen the both sides. You are the right people who know. So do you think there is a gap?
Yes, there's a big gap, a humongous gap, to be honest, because the only CAD program that we do in TVETs are mostly for exams. You only learn AutoCAD and you don't learn AutoCAD, you learn exam-based AutoCAD. You learn using the past papers, you learn that this is how you draw this sprocket, this is how you draw a gear. Not this is AutoCAD, this is the dashboard, this is the tab. No. You only learn based on an exam. So yeah, there is a gap. Because when we came here, it was like we're starting again. We're learning afresh. We're opening our minds to something different, but that impacts us in a different way. So it's yeah.
So it was much needed.
Yes.
And it is still much needed for many other girls or many students out there in TPETs. They require this, yeah? Okay. So very happy to hear from both of you and good luck to both of you. And yeah, keep working on yourself, keep learning as well. Yeah, knowledge is something which you have to keep investing in every other time, even the technology, right? So good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you very much.
Thank you.